Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, The Queen of Hearts, set in Dartmoor and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson, 37. So moving on to our briefing, Alexa wants to know who's been painting her roses red. Magnus, Oliver, Oscar, Lucian and Logan will lose their heads. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. And for today's challenge we'll be starting as the gardener. We're going to have an oil canister stored up in the hallway, and we'll be bringing with us a lockpick, a remote micro taser and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to do a little bit of legwork first of all, and we're going to make our way straight to the kitchen, and we're going to set up our first elimination. Now this is not strictly necessary, but due to me being such a bad shot, I want to make sure that my aim is more accurate than would normally be. Now there is an opportunity at the location where you don't need a propane cylinder. You can set off an explosion at the point where the target is, but you do have to have a pretty decent shot, something I lack. So we're going to make our way into the kitchen, grab the propane cylinder and make our way out into the gardens, and we're going to place the propane cylinder here by the ride-on lawnmower, which is the initial explosion opportunity. But as I said, I'm not such a good shot, so we'll use the propane cylinder instead. So from there we're going to make our way down to the pond or the fountain and grab the wrench before letting ourselves into the greenhouse, making sure that the guard to our left isn't looking. In here we're going to find ourselves a couple of eggmatic flowers. We're going to grab both of them. We're going to fix the poison making machine with the wrench, and then we're going to add both of the flowers to the machine, creating poison, lethal that is. So one down, we're just going to make the second one up here, and there it is, nice and ready. So from here we're going to now poison 2 glasses or 2 bottles of water just outside of the greenhouse. First of which is for this gentleman right here. So we're just going to quickly add the poison to his bottle while he's not looking, make our way to the far side of the greenhouse, and again while the gardener there isn't looking, we're going to add the poison to this bottle of water. Now surprisingly enough, both of these two will knock themselves out or take themselves out at exactly the same time. So while we're waiting for that to happen, we're going to head back to the house, and just at the side of the building here, or the corner of the building, we will find ourselves a hatchet, and with that we are now going to make our way around to our next target, who's located behind the greenhouse. We're going to take this route as it is the path of least resistance, as carrying the hatchet, even though we are a gardener, is an illegal act. So both the gardener and the guard are now heading to their drinks. There is the gardener, and the guard is on the other side, and they are both taking their drinks simultaneously and are both taken out of the equation. So we can now move on to our next target, who is the gardener here at the back of the greenhouse. We're going to throw our hatchet against the hedge. That will get the attention of our target, and when they come to investigate, we'll make our way around the hedge so that we can come up behind them and introduce them to cold steel. So 3 targets down, just going to move him away from the edge of the hedge there a little bit. We can now return to the other gardener where the ride-on lawnmower is located, and we're just going to have to wait for him to get into position, as our timing is such that we have just missed him. So we're just going to crouch down here by the hedge and wait for him to return to trimming the fern tree, and when he's in position we can put 2 bullets into the propane cylinder and put him up on top of the tree like a Christmas decoration. So 4 targets down, 1 more to go. Our final target is in Zachary's bedroom, or more specifically on the balcony outside the bedroom. So we're going to make our way back to the corner of the house where we picked up the hatchet, and we're going to ascend the ladder here. So once we get up the ladder we can then see our target, and we have to time this a little bit as Alexa and her bodyguard will be heading into this room relatively shortly. So we're just going to pounce on the bodyguard. We're going to drag him into the secret passage between the bedroom and the hallway, just so that if Alexa and her bodyguard turn up, they don't find him while we're busy away getting the oil canister. So we're just going to open up the secret passage doorway, deposit the bodyguard within and take his outfit so that we can move around on the floor without being detected. We're going to make our way to the hallway, and we're going to retrieve the oil canister from the briefcase here and then return to Zachary's bedroom, and we can then set up our final elimination. So we can bypass the guards in this outfit, that's not an issue. We can head back into the secret passage, and if we find a spot where we can place down the oil, there we go. Just going to drop that down there nicely and then drop our taser into the puddle, as it's quite difficult to set the oil alight on a wooden floor. So all that's left to do is I'm just going to move that oil canister out of the way, as that can detonate and will count as an explosion elimination rather than a fire one. And all we have to do now is trigger the taser, and away goes our final target. It looks nice and toasty. So with all of our targets now dealt with, and I can see Alexa and her bodyguard on the way, so we need to escape the room as quickly as possible, as at least one of them will be an enforcer. So we're going to head out onto the balcony, down the ladder, and we'll head for the bridge exit, which is the nearest exit. So there we go, 1 more subscriber contract taken care of, and we just get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.